Hello everybody and welcome back to Vixen Purple's Crochet and More. I am your host Cheryl. Today is September 7th of 2024. This is going to be the second take because I forgot to show something in my first video. Well, that video is not going to show, but this one probably will. But anyhow, hello from Colorado Springs, Colorado, where I reside. Today we had pretty much of a nice day. Right now I've got overcast skies with some clouds all over the place, and it's getting later into the day, and I have to have light on and stuff like that. This is going to be for like showing off my makes to see what let you guys see what I have completed and go from there. I did want to kind of show you guys my little tote that I've been keeping for my ball bands, and you guys know that I've been trying to keep that for the year to see how much yarn I am going through, and I have to be honest with you, the tote that I'm going to show you looks like it's completely full, but it's not. So this is what it looks like. This is my totes. It's like a little shoebox. Okay, now when you compress everything down, all of it is like that. That is how much yarn I have gone through so far, and we're in the 9th month of the year. And I have to say that is an amazing amount of yarn to be going through for a year. And this is with some homemade tags, you know, showing the ounces of what I had. So like, for example, like that, I would put this in there because I'm trying to keep track of it. I'm most likely doing for the pretty much the weight of it all. But yeah, that's a lot. That is and I'm still not done yet. So I just wanted to kind of give you an update on that and show you guys what I have been up to. And I picked this little container up at the Dollar Tree, like, oh, I'd say almost a year ago, and I picked up like 4 of them. So I just use this one for my totes. The other ones are for my hair ties and stuff like that, or other little projects that I want to keep contained. But anyhow, I wanted to show you guys that. The other thing I wanted to show you guys as a completed object before I lose everything is my tutorial chicken. This is the one that I was making for the tutorial that you could not see anything but the desk. So my chicken's neck is a little bit on the twisted side because when I was filming her, I was working in this much space, and you can see how big she is. This is my head. She's next to my head. She's big. She's big. But I love how the way she came out. These are clear eyes because I picked up a bunch of eyes. This is the eyes that I used. So they're clear. They have no backs. But the yarn, oh, it has a backs, but you know, it doesn't have no coloring backs. But the yarn is picking up, coming through the clear, and it's given her some really interesting eye definition. So I'm really liking that part. But I do have the backs for it because I just keep them in a plastic bag. But yeah, I pick up stuff like this at the thrift store, and I think I only paid like $1 or $2 for this, and it was, I've used it quite a bit, but it was a big bag full of eyes. And so yeah, I'm getting my money's worth on that. So, but anyhow, this is what I tried to attempt to film. She is big, and I love how this yarn pulls. This is the let me get the thing out of here just a second. It is the Big Twist plush yarn. This is called Tutti Frutti, but let me get you the label so you can see that. And this is Ivy in the plush, and here's its label. So this is Tutti Frutti. There's the name. That's the yarn. Now this says it's a 6 weight. It's a little bit thicker than a normal, like a Bernette 6. This is the Ivy right here. That's the Ivy colorway, which is right here on the comb, and that I'm using. I thought it turned out really good because I thought it was very complementing with this color in her. So this is her. So now I get to show her off and give her back to the hubby so he can take her back to work. I have to work the pattern out. I felt like when I was doing the tutorial, I was having to constantly stop, count, make sure I got my stitching right so I could tell you guys. But I think from now on, I'm going to write my pattern out so that I can give you the correct stitches. This pattern, it doesn't really matter with this. I mean, it's totally up to you, and give you some different options, but I'll explain that in a different video when I go to do the tutorial for her or the other ones, and see what you guys think on that. So I'm going to put this back over here and kind of pull some stuff off. Now, you guys might remember, sorry, I got my little plastic bag that I keep my stuff in, that I was working on a market bag. No pattern, no nothing, but I finished it today, and I finished it like early this morning. So this is what she looks like so far. She is finished. She is pretty good size. This is where I had left off with you guys the last time, so I marked that. So this is the handles that I made. I did use a crab stitch for the line outside. I had enough left over to do a strap, and this is what my strap is, if I can get it straightened out. So I made the strap and I attached it inside. This side I think I did really good, because you can see that it's all nice and straight. It's all stitched in and secured. It's not going anywhere. The other side, I didn't leave a long enough handle tail so that I could do the sewing, because I thought, oh, Cheryl, you have enough right there. No, I didn't. So I have to find some yarn to do this part, because this is not finished sewed, but it is very sturdy. It is on there, and I like how it turned out. So other than that, that's all I have to do is just finish sewing this up so it'd be a lot more secure. But she is done. I will have to say that this way, holding this up, does remind me of a little girl's sundress, and I think it's adorable. But anyhow, I made it into a bag. So whether I'm going to make it into a project bag or not, the yarn that I used was I love this cotton in Hot Rose, and it was on clearance at the time that I picked that yarn up, and from Hobby Lobby and stuff. So that is done. That is a completed project. The other thing that I did was the bag here, let me get this out. This is a pattern that, now mind you guys, I did not follow this pattern to a T. I kind of did my own thing. So this was a free pattern on Hobby.com, and it's called the Granny Bag. And I made this in the Big Twist Rainbow Mist, and you guys saw it from here. Okay, so this is what it looked like finished. Well, I put the handles on, or I made handles, but I made it long enough of a strap, and then I kind of did this where it narrowed down to a point, and to where enough where you can go and you can tie it into a bow if you wanted to, and then carried it off, and then you got a bow and the strap. So that is what I did. So I'm calling this a completed project because it's done. I really like how I stitched the handles on. You cannot see any of the black stitching. This is the black from the other side. This, I have to snip this off because it's already sealed and strong in there. But that's what it looks like. That's what I did. I thought it turned out really, really good. Same thing on the other side. Nothing showing through. Now, the other thing I was thinking about doing is because I have another panel of the same yarn, I was thinking about taking the panel, folding it in half, attaching it to the bag so I can show you. Let me get this. Let me take the handles apart. See, I'm not prepared. Not prepared at all. Okay, so let's do this. Do this. So I was thinking about doing this, attaching the top portion. So in other words, I attach one side to the back side and have one side as the flap and do that. And I thought I would let you guys tell me if that's a good idea or just leave it like it is. So if you don't mind, comment in the comment section and say, Cheryl, leave the granny bag alone, or Cheryl, add the thing. I want to see what it looks like, you know. So just let me know, okay? I would greatly appreciate that. So that is what I've got done and finished. So that is my other completed object. The other thing I did, and I did not, pardon me for just a minute. Sorry about that. I had a really bad cough coming on. That's not good. The other thing that I made, I think last Sunday, I had a scrap ball of like 5-weight yarn, and this is what I made. I just made a basic beanie. It was in the gray colors, and I thought it was pretty good. This is where I guess the yarn was attached to another piece of yarn, like knotted on. So I just got to weave this in, so that's what I got to do. I forgot that was there. But anyhow, that is what I did. And then I took some chunky black yarn that I had. There was a scrap ball and finished it off. So I have a basic beanie unisexed in a gray and black colorway. And so I think that was pretty good. I did not weigh the yarn, so I guess I could go ahead and weigh the total project and put those ounces in the finished mix box for labels. But let me know what you guys think. Should I do that? Say yes or no. Say, Cheryl, weigh the hat and put it in the box. Or no, it's not a completed project. Or something like that. Just let me know, okay, guys? The other thing I have done, let me get out, is I had this black and gray and white yarn. Let me show it. And I made a lovey out of it. Well, I didn't think I had an animal for it, but when I did, I was going through my animals, I forgot I had this little girl or guy or whatever you want to call it. It is an actual TY toy, and it's a little skunky with big pink eyes and pink nose and ears. And I thought this yarn would be perfect for this. So I did. I put her together, or him together, whatever it is. And I said, honey, what do you think? He goes, it works. The only thing I would do is put some pink for the bottom. So I went through my stuff, and then I found some pink fur that I put on there. So now I've got it to tie into, well, there we go, that's better, to tie into this little lovey, to make her pop, to make everything. So the lovey was finished before. I just added the fur to give a finished look for this little amigurumi, not amigurumi, TY toy. So what do you guys think? Let me know what you think on that. So that is that. The other thing I am working on, and I've already started it. I'm working on this with the Red Heart Super Saver in the Aran Fleck. Okay. And where's the hook? I lost my hook. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. The pattern I'm working on is this one. It was free. It's free on Ravelry that I'm aware of. It's called the Nightmare Before Christmas. It's Oogie Boogie. It's free on Ravelry. So far, the pattern seems to be working okay, but when I was working the pattern up, I will have to say there was a thing called a mirror stitch. And it said mirror crochet is what it says. And I'll show you here in just a second where it says right there. It says mirror crochet right in there after the stitch. For the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. So I went to this YouTube channel right here and I looked it up. And it seemed like it was for me, it seemed like it was fairly easy enough. But working the stitch, my brain was saying, oh, heck no. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And the way she was doing it, she was coming from behind the front panel of the stitch. And then pulling the crochet stitch out. And for the life of me, I tried it several times. I couldn't comprehend it, couldn't get it done. So I went and said, okay, there's got to be some other way to do this without getting into too much issues. So I did this. I want you to look at this. There, I don't know which side is which as of yet. I don't know if this is the front side or if this is the back side, but you tell me if this looks the same on both sides. Because you're working on a back and forth pattern. So I think it looks very similar to both sides. So I'm not going to argue with that part. But the way she was doing her stitch, the way she was teaching the tutorial, I'm like going, no, it's too difficult. It's not looking right. So I remembered some stitch called, it's not a stitch. It's mostly some amigurumi makers make this particular stitch. Excuse me. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. I had another cough coming on and it was like, nope, not liking it. Well, anyhow, back to the amigurumi. The certain amigurumis will tell you to either yarn over or yarn under, I think it is what it's called. Well, anyhow, let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So you have this, you go into the stitch like that, and instead you can do this where you hook the yarn, or you can go under and over and pull it up and then pull your stitch through. And to me, that's what I've been doing is the under. So go in, pull it under and crochet. And I'm not seeing any difference. It looks the same on both sides to me, so I'll have a hard time figuring out which is the right side, which is the wrong side when I go to put this together. But that's what I've been doing with this pattern, and I can't tell. Can you guys tell? To me, it looks like it's normal, like a regular stitch, front and back, by doing that way, doing the yarn under over the hook, or yarn, yeah, yarn. Okay, let me say this again. When you do this, going through the stitch, come on, and now it's going to make a liar of me. So, and then hooking it this way, and going that way, and finishing the stitch off. So that is what I have been doing. I have been working on this and showing you guys on that. Now, when I was talking to you guys about the pattern things, so let me show you what I was talking about. in my last one, I was showing a whole bunch of patterns on some finished makes, and I showed you guys this. I did not go into a lot of detail about this, but I wanted your guys' opinion on the thought of this. So I was a member of the Happy to Hook magazine, and they had stuff in their patterns where you could print these off for to-do lists stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I printed up a couple, and then I slotted it in here, and then used the dry erase board markers and put my list on here. And it says patterns. And then I had so many patterns that I wanted to do. Some paid for, some free patterns and stuff like that. And I just kind of put them into kind of like a priority. And that way I could just go off and mark it off. And then I have those patterns already in here, like this one. You know, that's on my to-do list. And then I have those. And so tell me, what do you guys think? Do you think that was a pretty good idea to kind of keep me motivated, or to keep somebody motivated to do the projects instead of having books and folders full of patterns and not getting done? So let me know what you guys think, because I think this was a pretty good idea. I didn't get, wanted you guys to give me some feedback on that, but I didn't elaborate that because my brain was all over the place and wasn't having the best of times. So obviously this is a better day for me, so I guess I'm doing okay. I still have a lot of things going on in my life right now. You guys, for those of you guys that have been with me, you folks know that I have a intellectually disabled adult son, who he used to live with me, and now he is basically saying, hey mom, I want to come back home, I want to live with you and stuff like that. And I said, okay. I go, well, of course you can, Brenton, it's not a big deal, we just have to work some stuff out. And so we're dealing with that. We're trying to see where he's at, because he's kind of all over the place and stuff like that. When he was here, I kind of had him on a not a rigid structure, more of a structured calendar. But there was flexibility in there and stuff like that. I mean, I would make sure he's on his appointments, that whole 9 yards, when he needed to go to his appointments, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And when Brenton moved out, he kind of just threw everything to the wind. I am really, really not happy with that, because with him being intellectually disabled, now with intellectually disabled, that means he is most likely in the autism spectrum, whether he's high functioning or low functioning or whatever spectrum you want to call it. He tends to need to have not a rigid but a structured schedule. In other words, basically, hey, you got to help me with the house, or hey, you got to make sure you clean your room, or something to that effect. And more along, because I know there's a lot of autistic, wonderful, sweet people out here that are very high functioning, very functionable, and stuff like that, that are in that spectrum. And I don't know if they had the structure of like a schedule or something to that effect, where they have a routine. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Routine. Their routine is very structured, and I know sometimes people throw wrenches in them and have a lot of chaos going on. Well, that's my son, and I feel like he's in the chaos mode because I don't think his providers are doing what they're supposed to be doing to help him become a what is the word? I know I had it earlier today. A contributing member of society who can hold down a job, who can hold down a lot of stuff, who's not easily influenced by a lot of people. And yes, I know there's people out there that are easily influenced. I am very one of them. So, because you get somebody like Bag O'Day, for example, who shows you all these gorgeous yarns and you're going, oh, I want. And he's like, no, you can't buy this stuff. You can't do it. And it's tough. But anyhow, that's what I'm talking about. He is more into, he can get himself into trouble in not a good way. And that's what my biggest worry is him doing that. So far, he hasn't had that issue, but there's that potential always. But anyhow, he's wanted to come back. So we're kind of in a chaos mode right now. So I'm trying to figure out what we're doing. Everything has been pretty much go, go, go from that point on. But anyhow, guys, so I have a lot of changes coming up and thinking about doing some things. I'll have to keep you guys updated on whether he's going to be moving back in or what's going on. So you guys may or may not see him pop in. If he does move in, you may see him pop in. He is a goofball. I'm telling you that. So, all right, guys. Let me know what you guys think of my projects, my finished makes. What do you think of the chicken? The ideas that I presented. Please let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it because you never know what's going to happen. You say something, I'll run with it. Because I haven't thought about it before. Or, hey, that's a great idea. Yeah, you should do this, Just let me know. Let me know what you guys think of the pattern deal that I showed you. Do you think it's a good idea? And that way I can cross off that and say, oh yeah, I got that completed. Yay. But as you can see, I am working on one of those patterns that's in that book. So that was Oogie Boogie. So there we go. So that is what I've got for you guys today. Stay tuned. I do have more videos coming up. They are going through my tote series. So one of them is going to be like huge, long, almost an hour. And I do apologize. It was a big box, lots of little stuff. So, all right, guys, I have taken up too much of your time. I really do appreciate you guys being here. If you guys are cruising the YouTube streets and you happen to stop and watch my video because something caught your eyes and you like it, by all means, I ask if you can subscribe to me. You never know what's going to be coming up. You never know what I'm going to be doing next or something to that effect. I call this the Under Construction channel because of that reason. You never know if I'm going to make an amigurumi, a poncho or something. I don't know. It's whatever comes out of this brain and the colors. So, and if you please hit that like button if you like it. Share me out if you would want to share me out. That'd be great as well. Leave a comment. Let me know how this is going. But please be nice because I don't do rude people. Don't do it at all. There's enough hatred in this world and I don't want my channel to be a part of that. So I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be upgoing, uplifting as much as I can because my goal is to inspire people, not bring them down. All right, guys, you guys have a wonderful weekend, day, whatever it is that you're doing. I will see you guys on the next video. You guys have a great day. Bye for now. Oh, big hugs from me to you. Have a good day now. Bye, guys.